The atmosphere inside the Texas Warrior Arena was unlike anything seen in recent memory. A roaring, thunderous celebration of chaos, passion, and intensity as Reality of Wrestling kicked off one of its most anticipated matches in years, a triple threat Lucha Extrema bout that didn't just promise violence, it guaranteed legacy-defining destruction, pitting three vastly different yet equally dangerous forces against one another in a setting where rules were non-existent, emotions ran high, and the championship gold was the only thing that mattered in the end, featuring the defiant and battle-hardened Gino Medina, a man forged in pain and personal betrayal, stepping into the ring not only to reclaim what he believes is rightfully his, but also to bury the ghosts of his past once and for all. Facing him, the cunning and cold-blooded veteran Ayden Cristiano, once a mentor-turned-mortal enemy. A man who taught Gino everything before turning on him in a rivalry fueled by pride, ego, and a deep resentment that spilled far beyond the boundaries of the squared circle, and completing the triangle of chaos, Max Castellanos, dripping with confidence and class, his custom suits, imported cigars, and smug attitude a sharp contrast to the brutal environment he now stood in. But make no mistake, behind the elegance lies a ruthless competitor who doesn't hesitate to swing a chair, sap a table, or crush an opponent's dreams with cold precision. And as the bell rang, all pretense disappeared, replaced by raw aggression and survival instinct as fists flew, weapons clanged, and bodies collided in a spectacle that instantly blurred the line between wrestling and all-out warfare. The early moments saw Max swinging for the fences with a steel chair, narrowly missing Ayden, who retaliated with a merciless assault, while Gino took flight from the apron with a diving attack that sent all three crashing into the unforgiving ringside floor, igniting the first of many brutal exchanges that would leave fans breathless and competitors broken, the match spilling quickly out of the ring and into the crowd, where tables were smashed, kendo sticks were swung like baseball bats, and barricades were repurposed as weapons of opportunity, as if the arena itself had transformed into a battlefield where no corner was safe and every moment brought new risks. And as the punishment escalated, so did the emotion. Years of built-up hatred between Gino and Ayden came to the surface with every slap, chop, and strike, each one echoing like a gunshot in the packed venue, while Max bided his time, picking his spots with calculated precision, waiting for openings and pouncing with devastating results, including a vicious maximizer that nearly ended it all before Gino narrowly kicked out, barely conscious, but fueled by something deeper than just adrenaline, fueled by legacy, by pride, by a relentless will to not just win, but to survive and be remembered. The match hit new levels of insanity. When Gino scaled part of the arena's infrastructure, climbing to a dangerously high platform and launching himself into a sea of bodies below, drawing gasps and cheers from the crowd as he sacrificed his body in pursuit of glory. But just as the momentum seemed to shift, Cristiano called upon his backup. La Familia stormed the scene, Primo Pulpo and Jonathan Vega rushing in to tip the balance and deliver a numbers game that turned the already chaotic scene into a full-blown riot. Yet even with the odds stacked, Gino kept swinging, kept rising, refusing to let interference dictate his fate, retaliating with crushing strikes and signature offense that dropped bodies left and right, until finally, bloodied, battered, and surrounded by wreckage, he delivered a blistering final combination, signature kicks, blistering forearms, and one last finisher that planted Max in the center of the ring, and left the referee no choice but to count the 1, 2, 3, a victorious cry erupting from the crowd as Gino Medina stood tall, crowned the new Reality Wrestling Texas champion, reclaiming singles gold for the first time in over 5 long years, and doing it not just with skill, but with soul, heart, and unshakable purpose. His hand raised high as fans cheered, confetti rained down, and the echoes of war still hung heavy in the air, proving beyond any doubt that on this night, in this arena, under these lights, Gino Medina didn't just win a match, he conquered his past, silenced his critics, and etched his name into the legacy of Reality of Wrestling as not just a survivor of Lucha Extrema,